So yeah, I'm certainly not stopping 8-bit content and switching to ST entirely by any stretch of the imagination, but you know, I think it's time for some ST content as well. Okay, here's a quick video clip that I wasn't necessarily going to do right now. On the channel I've been focusing on 8-bit hardware and 8-bit gaming, so this was something that wasn't on the cards, but spotted a product that I just couldn't resist buying. So received this package and I thought I'd resist just ripping it open. I'd do not an unboxing, an unpackaging, whatever you want to call it. So let's have a look what we've received here. Exciting. It's a USB cable. Well, yeah, it comes with a USB cable. Is this a custom cable? I see, no, it's a standard micro USB there. Good to get one with it. And okay, so it's a bit of a kit here. We got some standoffs for something there. Could be quite useful. And this is what we have actually ordered. Just about fits in there. There we go. Let's just tease that out. So, can we see this properly on the camera? Let's just make sure we're focusing. This is the SideCart for the Atari ST. Something that I was only recently become aware existed. So on my Atari ST, I have a different solution for loading software at the moment, because I never completely finished the installation. I have a Gotek drive in my ST at the moment, and realised after I hastily purchased that it's pretty annoying to use the buttons on the side of the device. So I bought another unit which gives us an LCD display and a rotary dial to select games, but yeah, it's not installed particularly well. I didn't want to break into the case. I'm not particularly happy with it, but it does allow me to load disk images. But then there's this. Now, what this is a cartridge for the Atari ST. So the PCB on the base is designed to go into the ST, but on the top, what that is, a Raspberry Pi Pico. But this is integrated into the SideCart, and somewhere on there, if I can just find it, interesting. Oh right, okay, so there is a slot on the side there for an SD card. Quite interesting that that is on the board itself. I kind of assumed that it would be coming out of the Raspberry. USB-B connector there. So I still need to read up a little bit on the functionality of this, but from what I've seen, we can use this to emulate floppies in much the same way as my existing device. But I believe also there's been an update which allows this to actually emulate a hard drive on the ST, something I've never done before. I've seen devices such as the Ultra Satan, I think it's Ultra Satan Mini, and another device, a competing device that I can't remember the name of. Could never quite make a decision to spend the money on one of those, because they're around, I think it's sort of £80–90 mark, and this is a lot cheaper. I think fully delivered I paid about £40 for this, and the additional functionality that this provides, and the ease of use is the main thing. There's no soldering, there's nothing to install inside, we just literally plug this into the ST. So yeah, there we go, that's my first view of what a SideCart looks like. Okay, so here's another quick video. So as is the curse of any sort of techie retro enthusiast, I'm constantly moving things around, rewiring, because there's a new project I want to do. So I never quite reach a static configuration. Spent about 5 minutes just clearing up, but you know, it's still a mess. I won't pan out and show the cables going all over the place and what have you. But anyway, this is my 1040 ST-FM, which is really a 520 ST-FM. That I received from eBay, transplanted it into a different case. No, sorry, that's wrong. I correct myself. It was a 1040 motherboard, 1 meg. The case is from a 520 STFM. and the badge was transplanted. That's what happened. The reason for bringing this to the forefront is connected to the snippet I just shared. I have a new device for loading games or other software in 2024, although I think this device has been around since late 2023, if I understand correctly. Not really found much about the SideCart. I've watched one video and I was sold. It's like, yeah, no, this sounds like the coolest bit of hardware for the ST that's come out for a while, so I'm going to get one. So up until now, not really given this a lot of love since I built it. The floppy drive, I think it just about worked, but a bit clunky, but I replaced it straight away with a Gotek device, which I will just move in here and show you. It's not very well installed. It's kind of goes into the case there. It's not really supported by much at the moment. Didn't do a great job. There's a USB device in there. There are buttons to skip forward and backward, I believe, there, if I recall correctly, but I found out quite quickly that was super annoying to work out what you were doing. So I got a device which was a rotary dial device, but there's a couple of issues with this. I mean, I haven't installed it in any permanent way, haven't found a good way that would not sort of destroy the case. I installed it once, then realised that the wires were going around the wrong way, so I installed a bunch of DuPont connectors. You know, this is very much in test. I haven't found a final sort of solution to how I want to have this. Temporary wiring here so I can move it around. I can pull all the connectors out if I need to, but you know, they come loose quite easily, and that stops it working. So there's bits of tape around some of them just to keep them held in place. And I think I spotted earlier there is a wire somewhere that has come completely off, I believe. Yeah, there's a couple there. Jeez. So I need to work out where they came from and put that all back together. But there's an even bigger problem with this device, which I thought, actually, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's how it came. Unfortunately, didn't realise when I bought this, but yeah, huge. You know, can't have that. But yeah, anyway, so but that's what it gives you. It gives you a screen, a rotary dial there. So when it's working, you can see the name of the disk image on the screen, and you can move around, select it, and press it into. Is that load it or eject it? I can't remember now, but yeah, it works to a fashion, but you know, it's this thing's a bit loose. I haven't done anything good with it. What we've now got is this new device, so we're going to give this a try now, hopefully for the first time. In my usual gonzo style, as I say, I've watched one video and I'm just going to plug it straight in and see what happens. Okay, so here we go. Wired up my ST, just got power and a cable going to the capture card. OBS Studio there is showing the input. It's turned off at the moment, so you're getting nothing. I just verified that with the USB stick in the Gotek, I am booting the last game I used, but as I suspected, with the wires come out of the rotary selector there, that's not functioning, so I can't easily change a game. So that's something to be fixed later, or I might not end up ever using it again because I have this device now. You see, rather helpfully, when plugged into the computer, you should not see this side of the board. Which is very helpful, which means basically we got to put it in that way around. Right, so I haven't put an SD card in yet. I'm just going to plug it straight in and see what happens. And it should probably tell us that we've got no SD card, but we'll get an idea what's going on, I'm sure. So let's have a little look. This I haven't plugged anything into the cartridge slot of an ST for a long time. Very underused slot there. So there it is. Forgot how narrow it actually was. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so we're just going to plug this in here. Sorry, slightly off camera. Seems to be all lined up. A little bit of pressure there. Oh, yep. Okay, that seems to be straight. I now know why the supports are necessary. That's waving in the breeze a little bit. So we'll just find those supports in a moment and put them underneath, and then we'll turn the device on. Okay. Okay, so we have the SideCart device into the cartridge slot of the ST, put the supports on, which don't seem to make it reach the desk. There's 4 holes, only really needs 2 supports plugged in, they're just a bit low. Not familiar with these little plastic supports. They look like they've got threaded holes in them, so you could put screws in them and adjust it to exactly the right height you need. But I've just got it supported with a couple of SD card holders at the moment, just to keep it up. I mean, I wasn't expecting to have a case. I knew it was going to come like this. It's like, you know, still in heavy development. It's not a final product, but you know, sounds like what it is. It's pretty good. So anyway, let's, without further ado, turn on the ST. So I've already tested just to say that this does boot at the moment. Behaviour with nothing in the virtual floppy, the Gotek. It was just coming up to a white screen. But I was hearing keyboard presses. I did boot it into a Gotek virtual disk a short while ago, so I know it is all working. I just, yeah, I said it takes ages to go to the gem desktop if you don't have a disk in the drive. It wasn't getting there, so I just gave up. But here we go, let's see what happens with a cartridge slot. Yes, so press left shift to auto boot the SideCart configurator. Yes, please. Reading the micro SD. Be patient, there is no micro SD. Right, that's really hard to read. Emulate ROM image from micro SD card. Emulate ROM image from Wi-Fi. Emulate floppy. Emulate hard disk experimental. So this has been received with what I believe is the latest firmware, because it's got the experimental hard disk functionality, which is one of the main reasons why I bought this. I also seem to recall from a video that there is a better white on black mode for this, but was that a hidden key? Let's so SideCart configuration C. Here we go. Right, up and down arrows to select. Configurator dark, false. Up and down arrows to select, left and right to change. Oh no, that paginates as it says. I didn't read it properly. Enter. Okay, enter. False plus enter. A booting value, true or false? Okay, so true. Okay, and do I now reboot? Yes. Okay. That's much clearer to read. Okay. Now, don't know if this says anything about my capture device, the output coming out of the ST, but that was really horrible. Might look better on a CRT, I would imagine, but I can read that now. Okay, so emulate ROM image from micro SD card, emulate ROM image from Wi-Fi. Ah, yes, I'd forgotten this actually works over the network as well. Oh my gosh. I'm just going to have a look at that feature. Okay, connect to a Wi-Fi network first. Okay, so I guess you go into the SideCart configurator. Okay, hold on, let's have a better way. Wi-Fi configurator W, of course. Here we go. Okay, so it's seeing Wi-Fi networks. Interesting, it's actually seeing two. I do have multiple access points, but they should all be a unified system talking to each other. But anyway, let's give this a try. Okay, masking the screen now. Okay, waiting for an IP address. I should get one from my DHCP server if I say not connected. Okay, it's not happy with that. Let's try that again. Okay, I'm pressing W for Wi-Fi configurator, and it's not actually going into it now. Okay, should I try and reboot? No, so that's broken because I now can't change the configuration. I can reset to default configuration though. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's hope that's not going to take it to an earlier state than it was delivered to me. I'm assuming that's going to factory default it to how I received it, otherwise I'm in trouble. Okay, hold down. Reading micro SD doesn't exist. Yes, it's gone back to that graphics mode. So C for configurator. Find that option straight away. Oh, it's the second one. I'm going mad. Okay. Straight back in. Excellent. So Wi-Fi configurator. Right, but back to here. Now, what did I do before? Did I select the second one? Let's try the first one. Might be to do with the strength of the signal that it's getting from the other one. Are we going to do any better this time? Yes, we've got an IP address and we're connected. Okay, just comment here. I did have some Wi-Fi problems here when I was messing with FujiNet, so I'm wondering if some of these embedded devices do have problems with my unified Wi-Fi network. Anyway, so emulate ROM image from Wi-Fi should now be possible in theory. Oh my gosh, so this guy has hosted how much? 51 ROM images to allow you to test his device. I mean, that's really nice. Including emutos ROMs, that's kind of interesting. Diagnostics. I mean, this is just nice. You know, it's not obviously a huge Revenge of the Music Camels. Okay, we played this recently on the channel, Attack of the Music Camels, Revenge of the Music Camels. Now I seem to remember this one. Was there a version of this on the 8-bit Atari? I'll check this later. But I think this was a role reversal. It's Revenge of the Camels, so instead of the ship shooting the camels, it's the camels shooting the ships, I believe. So, first time I've done this, ever, loading a game on the Atari ST, not just across the network, across the whole internet. Downloading ROM, wait until alert on board links. Yeah, okay. It's a solid green light at the moment, but it's telling me to reboot, so I'm pressing A key rather than space key. Big screen. Right, pressing fire. Yay! Revenge of the Mutant Camels on the Atari ST, playing via the SideCart. Yeah, it's just playing from the beginning, yes. CPU assist, solo, 2-player. Let's do CPU assist, let's have it. The goat is a, is it? Oh no, the goat, okay, right, I am the camel, I can jump. I think. Moving together, I can't really work out. I am the camel, not the goat. Okay, the goat is just jumping. Okay, yeah, the goat can jump on the back of the joint. Jumps off when he feels fit. Okay, that's fine. Anyway, yeah, this is fun. Yeah, so I'm playing a game. I'll play until I die, but you know, we're not here to play a game really, so maybe I'll edit this and make out to shoot. And I've lost the camel. I mean, that's enough. Yeah, that's a bit of fun, but that's not why we're here today. So if I press the reset button on the Atari, what do we get? Do we get straight back into the game? So if I do a long press rather than reset, nothing. Okay. If I turn off the ST entirely, turn it back on, do I get the cartridge menu? No. Okay, so it's now in a fully loaded state. And it remembers. Now, I do recall looking at the video. I really don't want this to boot, so let's just turn that off. I do recall looking at the video about this, that that is quite a useful feature, because if you want to, for example, to do a diagnostic, you can load a diagnostic ROM via one ST, then pull the device out, put it into another ST that you're troubleshooting, and it will remember the image that you've configured in the configurator. I believe that is the case. So that's super useful. It's got persistent memory on what is in its ROM slot. But at the moment, we don't want anything to be in its ROM slot. So I'm just leaning over to have a quick look at the device. Do I need my reading glasses for this? There's a select button on the side, and there's a reset button. I'm going to press the Right, I'm going to turn the ST on because I think it does need power, and I'm going to press the reset button, and it's bombed. Right, so I'm then going to press the reset on the ST. Do I get the cartridge load? No. Okay. Press select. This is an RTFM moment, everybody. How long am I going to resist reading the manual? Okay, turn fully off again. Turn fully on again. And there we go. So it was the button on the top of the device, on the top of the board, which I believe is the Raspberry Pi, that did seem to reset me into this mode. It's kept my Wi-Fi SSID, so that just does, by the looks of it, a clear of the ROM slot and nothing else. Right, so here we go. Download from the floppy images database. So you can actually download from his database onto your SD card. I think it's about time to put an SD card in this, isn't it? I believe I have one around. What did I do with it? Oh yes, it's actually already in my PC. Okay, so I'm creating a directory called floppies. I'm going to go into my own Atari repository and find something. I'm going to pick something at complete random because I don't have the index, I just have the names of the disks. Maybe we'll have to write some software to do this. We have now SD card, micro SD card, loaded with some software. This was previously formatted XT16, I believe. Tiny little card. And let's lean over. Yes, it's a spring-loaded slot on that. That's nice. So definitely know I've put that in the right way because it went in smoothly. And turning the ST back on now. Okay. Load ROM image from micro SD card. The folder ROMs was not found on a micro SD card. Oh, so it's not good. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Emulate for a floppy. It's not a ROM, is it? So yes, I've used the right folder. Floppies. Floppy A is empty. Execute boot sector. Yes, please. Select floppy image for drive A. So go A, and there are my files. They've come straight up. No idea what is what here. Let's pick the middle midway one. Start emulation of a floppy image file loaded, reset the ST. So this should now, via the cartridge slot, be emulating floppy A, overriding the internal floppy, or rather Gotek drive that I have in there at the moment. Okay, with free viruses, wonderful. We have free viruses from the 90s. Space there, because what's going on. Okay, Falcon Mission Disc 2, well we haven't got Falcon 1 to hand, so that's not going to be unusual. May 1940, okay, and take 2, no idea. Let's see what take 2 is. Oh, okay, it's taking me back to the desktop. My mouse is working. I've got back to an ST mouse here, we're using the same old HP mouse plugged into a USB adapter. Okay, what is this? Oh, it's Mahjong. Okay. I don't know how to play this. Yeah. Okay, fine. Yeah, not going to play that. Let's see what else I can find. So if I reset, the emulation is still working. Okay. If you want to reconfigure for different features, there's a special button in the board. Select button. Okay, that's the one on the side, not the one on the top. I was just pressing. To launch SideCart configurator, press the select button for more than a second and power cycle the computer. Okay. Yeah, okay, so simply hold it down a power cycle, so it's the button just on the left that you're pressing, not the one on the top, which I've got no idea what it does. We'll read that later if we feel we need to press it. Okay, so emulate floppy again. A. Do we just press A again? Try and see the menu option. Yeah. So let's try automation 165, whatever maybe on that. Start emulation, reset. Interesting, the SideCart text is there, been overwritten by a little green desktop. It seems to be working. Space Pilot. These are games I've not heard of coming up here. But hey. This is cool, they're just working. 1986. Wow, that's early ST game, isn't it? 1986. The ST come out about 85, quite late 85 perhaps. Okay. It's like we're flying over some circuit board or something. Oh, that's... Transition between lives is kind of irritating. Right, okay. We're back in here. So let's look at this other option. Download from the floppy images database. (158 programs). Just select. So there's quite a lot here. I probably have a copy of a lot of this stuff, but this is quite nice. What's that? Toss only TNT, loading floppy. Okay, so it's saying it's an automation menu. Oh, I see. So is this going to download a whole menu disk which happens to contain that game? I mean, that would be amazing. That indexing itself is kind of useful because when I'm loading from my automation disks, I need to read the index first and then find the game. It's kind of tedious. Okay, so let's assume that's worked. Let's just look for more. Hold on. So, oh, it's actually mounted in. A. Huh? Had I copied 77 before? Or was that one I just copied? I'm confused. Okay, so there's 6 disk images there at the moment. So, escape. Escape again. No, I don't. I want to reset the computer. I want to. Okay, and it's now not resetting. I think maybe because I didn't commit to loading it, maybe I've hit a little bug there. So I'm going to reset the computer and go back to this. Let's download from the floppy images database again. Let's just pick something completely different. Axel's Magic Hammer. I've heard of that, but I'm not sure if I've ever played it. Pompey Pyro's menu, so press enter. 46. Axel's Magic Hammer. Does that mean it's automation? Oh, it's Pompey menu 46. Please wait. And it's mounted it, I think. So if I go A. Yeah, so it's downloaded it to my SD card. That's amazing. So I'm guessing that 77 was downloaded earlier. I just wasn't sure it had done it. So we might load that just to see what that strangely named Arkanoid one was. Alright, Axel's Magic Hammer. What's that all about? So SideCart floppy emulator comes up. Okay, so that's all come from the SideCart menu, that text. Then it does the decompression. Here's the menu. Okay. I recognise that music. Where's that come from? Probably heard it in about a million old demos. Is that from something like Treasure Island Dizzy or Wonder Boy or something like that? It's iconic to me, but I just can't place it. I think if I had to put money on it, I'd say Wonder Boy. Not played it for a long time, but getting that sort of vibe from it. Yeah. I'm 40 something years old, my memory shot to pieces, so it's just firing synapses that haven't been touched for a long, long time. Anyway, I digress. Axel's Magic Hammer, number 2. Gremlin game. They've released or published a number of excellent titles over the years. What's the Turbo Esprit one? Okay. Wonderful. Look at this 16-bit goodness. So, okay, I'm hitting blocks. Oh, I should have hit upwards. How up? Yes, I can do shooty things. But not quick enough for saving myself there. Can I duck under there? No, I don't duck and move. You can't. You gotta go that way. Okay. Anything else interesting in these blocks? I like that sound. So yeah, this is great. I mean, as I say, I hadn't given my ST much love, and you know, I'll be honest, I'm lazy, and a lot of it I think was to do with the cumbersome loading mechanism. You know, it's great I can load games in 2024 digitally via the Gotek, but you know, it was a bit clunky the way I had it set up. My bad, you know, I hadn't completed the installation, and yeah. So this, I mean, wow, it's just. It's ultimately a FujiNet for the ST. I can load off the internet, I can copy stuff. I mean, you saw I really, you know, I watched one video, I muddled my way through without too much effort, and here I am playing games without having to mess about with a rotary dial or swapping physical discs or anything like that. It's all done through software. I had, oh, that's nice. Oh wow. I'll tell you what, I anticipate some Atari ST content coming to the channel very soon, because, you know, this suddenly has got a little bit easier. I've wanted to do some Atari ST content for a while. It's just, you know, I have been focusing on 8-bit, and there's more sort of hardware stuff I'm dabbling in on that side as well, although not really much interesting stuff to show for it in my videos as yet, because I've kind of hit a bit of a stalling point on my Atari 800. But I do tend to complete that restoration project. But yeah, apart from that, you know, yeah, we got the random games on the 800. There's a few more of my own sort of what I'd call personal classics that I remember that I would like to try. Can I go down there, or is that deaf? No, I can't go down. So yeah, I'm certainly not stopping 8-bit content and switching to ST entirely by any stretch of the imagination. But you know, I think it's time for some ST content as well. I think there is only potentially, well, I knew that was going to kill me. I think there is potentially only one ST video on my channel at the moment, so let's do something about that. Yeah, SideCart, everyone, or rather, a game loaded through the SideCart. So the only thing we haven't looked at today is the hard drive emulation. So I'm not sure if we're going to do a deep dive into that. Yeah, now you're used to it. Just hold it down, reboot with a hard boot, and you're straight in. But let's at least see what happens when we go into menu. So, hard drive images should be placed in an HD folder, but hard drive image, how do you create that image is the question. So you're not just dropping files onto it. Oh, I still have the page open on the SideCartridge.com quick start. Emulate a hard drive, let's click on that. Oh wow, there's a lot of items in that user guide hard drive emulation. For beta 0017, unlimited hard drive size, not affected by bad DMA issues, board doesn't rely on the Atari ST's DMA controller, compatibility, I can't even say it, compatibility across TOS versions 1.0 to 2.06, enables organising files into folders on the micro SD, simulating multiple hard disks, which is fine, yes, but how do you create that image? Right, what are the disadvantages? Writing operations are slower than reading. Okay, fair enough. Want to be reading most of the time. Not all software is compatible, particularly those making direct hardware calls to the hard disk, as the SideCart emulates hard disk functions by intercepting the GemDOS calls. Yeah, clever in itself. The emulation driver is less mature, potentially leading to bugs or issues during use. Well, hey, you know, this is allowing me to play games over Wi-Fi. It's allowing me to emulate floppies. So to be honest, I'm already happy with what I got for my money. This is a bonus. So, okay, what is GemDrive? Hard disk emulation originated with the GemDOS components of the Atari emulator. Okay, I'm just scan reading through because I want to know how to set this up. Micro SD card setup. Skip this step if your micro SD is already set up with ROMs. Yeah, well it is. Okay, fine. Create the directory. HD, fine. File transfer. Transfer files and folders from your PC Mac to the HD folder. These will be recognised as part of the emulated hard disk. Okay. But what files? Okay, I'm still here. I've just discovered another website, Atari8bitchip.info, which seems to have a reasonably sizable collection of Atari ST hard drive modified games for download. So we've picked a couple of games that I remember and downloaded the hard drive editions. Hopefully I've taken the right files out of the zips in the right format. Let's turn on the Atari. Okay, it's already initializing the drive because that's the mode we left it in, but now it should have these files available, so hopefully we don't have to change anything in the configurator. Just have to wait for this to boot the GemDrive emulation. And here we go. Get the Gem desktop. Gonna have to look into my graphics output from the ST. That's really hard to read until you click on something. So, as you can see, SuperCars II, run METOS. Let's do that. Okay. Interesting. Save game state with /k. How do we proceed? Press space. Oh. So maybe that's the wrapper and the image file that I downloaded. I'm glad I downloaded all the files, otherwise that might not have worked. It's been a while since I played this. Okay, and we're playing it from a hard drive image. So, we can build up a collection of hard drive games and load them all from the one place and not have to swap between all these floppy disk images. Audio glitch while it was loading there. Okay. Remember, it used to do that, actually loading from the floppy. The difference is we haven't got the sort of noise from the floppy to punctuate it and tell us what's going on. So it's still loading in the background. Yeah. I remember this music. I will concede I did play this around a friend's place on the Amiga back in the day, and the music was considerably better in the Amiga. Gameplay wise, I don't think there was a huge amount of difference, but yeah, that is pretty jarring, actually. Actually turning my headphones down a little bit. Right, was it forward to accelerate? No, it's fire to accelerate, okay. And do I press forward for missile or something if I have any? I haven't picked any up yet, have I? Okay. Oh, steering's a bit off. Oh, nice try. Go away. Oh, I've got back missiles. Oh, I have got front missiles. You just have to hold it for longer than how many I've got. I can't see. Not any left. Oh! Must be out of missiles. Am I capturing the whole screen properly? I hope I am. I think I am. Seem to still have back missiles. Get out of my way. Missed. On. Oh, rude. That's it, is it? Okay, third, yeah. Well, there you go. Maybe that's a problem with the hard drive image. That sound is considerably more glitchy. Music rather while it's loading than what I remember. Not here for a full game of this. We're just trying out the SideCart, so I'm going to press the reset. And yes, it goes straight into the hard drive emulation, because that's the mode that we've left the SideCart in. If we wanted to go back to the configurator, we'd hold down that select button on the side, but we won't need to do that very often once we've built up a collection on the hard drive. So let's have a look at this. What could this be? DMH112. Oh, I know what it is. Ooh. Again, they put a nice little splash screen on there from the original box art, perhaps. Yeah, I am capturing the whole screen because you're getting the full ST border effect there. No, stay. Atari ST Classic Dungeon Master. I remember first being here. System error 44. Okay. But again, we jumped straight into this. We picked a random hard drive image, which was probably designed for use with like the Ultra Satan or something like that. There's probably ways to make this work. There was a couple of different loading modes there in the configurator. We need to do some more research, but honestly, I'm really impressed with this product. It's in active development, so this is only going to get better. I think it cost me £40 odd delivered to the UK. It's a no-brainer. If you've got an Atari ST, I would go out and buy one of these. If you're into the retro upgrade scene, you know, watch this guy and his website. All the links I will try and include what I've looked at in making this video. Yeah, what can I say? Amazing. Anticipate quite a bit of ST content using this device, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. Just to really show how easy it was to start using this device without a lot of research at all. You know, very accessible, jump straight in. Next time I use it, I might be a little bit more informed. Okay, thank you very much for watching. Have a good night, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye. We've just copied one more game on, so we don't end on a downer there. It's past midnight now. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, back to jam. Okay. S for start, please. I was supposed to proceed, was it? Yes. If I recall correctly, on the Amiga, this was a little bit more animated, and they had completely different music. But I like the ST music for this game, which we'll be hearing shortly. But when we get into the main game, will it load okay via this hard drive emulation? Let's just see. Just pressed fire there. I don't know if I could have skipped that earlier. Perhaps I could. Turn this up.
We've got a hot one for
It's giving me the shivers, actually. Okay, I really didn't want to talk over much of that because I do love tracker music on the ST. I think I'm right in saying, because I've seen quite a lot of 4-channel trackers, that there was some sort of trick you could do where you're splitting one of the channels or doing some sort of time sharing on one of the channels, because the Yamaha sound chip in the ST, I believe, only has 3 channels, but you could get 4-channel sound, but I believe that was pretty CPU intensive. Hence, you don't really get this sort of tracker music during the middle of a game. It's reserved for sort of intros because, yeah, I don't think the ST can do a lot else at the same time. But, you know, holds its own. I think that's what I loved about the ST. It wasn't perfect. There were better hardware around at the time. Commodore, you know, I do concede the Amiga was superior in a lot of ways, but I don't know, because I grew up with the ST, I love the feel of it. I don't like the feel of the Amiga. It feels a bit too easy, if that makes sense. You know, lazy coding because you can do all this stuff with the onboard sound and graphics, whereas the ST you had to try hard. In the early days you could see the quality of the games are quite basic, the coders were really getting to grips with the platform slowly, but later on there was some amazing games. Anyway, let's see if this continues to play. And now we're back to Yamaha chip music, freeing up the resources of the ST to actually play the game itself. We've got level selection here. I don't know if that was in the original. Just press fire. Okay. Thought it was going to crash there, but it didn't. Yay! Here we go. Played this for a long time. I seem to remember, did the water levels rise? So I'm trying to get high up quickly. Yeah, they're rising already. Okay, right. So start then. Head to the right. Find the platform that I can jump to. Yes, you can climb the walls. Right, so this is going to be a dead end, the most obvious route. No, not yet. Progressing. We're not getting too badly damaged. Oh no! Oh, okay, right. Let's speed now because that water's got to be not far behind. Some sort of weapon power-ups. Maybe spend some time shooting some of these guys. Energy's low, isn't it? I just spotted that bar in the middle there. That's going to kill me. How far back does it put you? Right at the beginning. Okay, that's harsh. And again, this might not be tracker music. This is using the onboard sound chip, but to full effect, this in-game music does go hard. Oh! Right, over here, I think is the direction. I'm getting these guys off. Oh! Oh, okay, and a little flying part. I'm sure that's affecting my energy in some minute way. Please be something to land. Oh, okay, yep. Get these guys if we can. Oh, that really took my energy out. No, I'm not just going to die here. Oh, it's getting a bit dicey considering the amount of energy I've got left and knowing it sends you right back to the beginning. Oh no. So this really does take a little bit of practice to progress in this game. Maybe we'll have a little long play of this at some point soon, because I like this game. And this is really a good entry back into the 16-bit world for me, because yeah, this was great. I remember this back in the day. I had this game. Oh, the water's come up. Okay, right. I want to keep playing. Since I've got it out loud, so I'll come back. Yes. Oh, okay, I didn't notice those things. Oh, wow. Okay. Like. It's true. Oh, the water. Okay, I'm in trouble. I've got a great laser though. Where should I have gone? Or can I still go? Oh, it's the way. Be away. develop these new power-ups. Oh. Okay, can I go this way? Going down doesn't feel good, but I'm going to go down to go up. Yes, I can get to that wall. No, I can't. Oh. This is what it's all about. Bit of Atari 16-bit gaming. Oh, what a one to end on tonight. No, I didn't make the jump. Okay. Where else can we go? This water's fully low yet. This way. Is this wrapping around? Yeah, I haven't quite got the measure of the boot yet. Oh, there's a bit of progressing upwards. It's cool. Progression. Oh no! Game over. But we're going to beat this another night. Okay. That was the Killing Gameshow via the side cartridge on the TJ Games channel. Look forward to some 16-bit content on the channel. Still a little bit of 8-bit content as well. Mix of gaming, mix of hardware. If you want to see more of this sort of stuff, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching, and I recommend you go out and buy yourself a SideCart. Thank you and good night.